Hi guys, this is Harvey. Previously, we discussed how to pronounce Qingque's name. First, we note that the two Q's are pronounced differently. From there, we expanded the range of pronunciations into this thing that I call the pronunciation skill tree. This skill tree consists of the hardest pronunciation concepts in Pinyin. Once you learn how this group of sounds work, you'll be clear on what each word is supposed to sound like. Today, we will complete this skill tree with examples. We will also adjust some intuitions when it comes to adjusting this skill tree. First, let's look at the asymmetric part of this skill tree. J does not have a JU counterpart. This is totally my fault since I was not able to find a name that has this concept. That was until I was reminded that Jue in cars in Liyue exists. The way to pronounce this Yun is the same as Ting Yun and Yunjing. This Jue is pronounced with a low ZH sound, connected to where without its R. Jue. Now this skill tree looks more symmetric and complete. Second topic will take a while. But let's first practice each note one by one. First, let's practice J and YU, Jingyuan. And then practicing JU and YU, Jueyun. Notice that the difference between J and JU is similar to the difference between Z and ZH. J is pronounced like a buzzing Z sound, and JU is pronounced with a lower ZH sound. Then we practice X, Xingqiu, and then XU, Fuxuan. Notice that X is pronounced with a sharp hissing S sound, and then XU is pronounced with a lower harsh SH sound. Again, the difference between X and XU is the difference between S and SH. Now we practice both Q and QU at the same time. Qingque. As we have learned in the first video, the first Q is pronounced with a deflating balloon TS sound, while the Q is pronounced with a CH sound. Here's the thing to notice. Why is the relationship between X, XU, and JU only by a H as we know it, but for Q, why is it so different? The answer is that C in Pinyin is also pronounced with a TS sound. So in fact, the skill tree for Q and QU should look like this. To elaborate on this point, there is another place in Liyue that makes use of this TS sound in both Q and C at the same time, Qingce village. This brings us to topic 3. Why did Pinyin separate the sound into two possible alphabet representations? Although I'm not very sure as to the reason, some examples come to mind. For example, if you wanted to write a word that sounds like Qiqi, one by right is Pinyin with CI, but this would instead have been read as Ci. So it looks like because of the lack of vowels to fulfill the needs of pronunciation, Pinyin has no choice but to use different consonants instead of a different vowel, which is quite counterintuitive. Now, to wrap it all up, this skill tree now represents what I think are the most difficult parts of Chinese pronunciation. When you have mastered this skill tree, I believe that there are no Chinese names that will be too hard for you. I hope this helped you pronounce the name of your favorite Xianzhou characters. This was Harvey, and I'll see you in the next video.